One. Good afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Frank Deneen here from Pitch and Putt Ireland. We are delighted to be joined by a bevy of experts in the game. We have the manager of the Munster team, James Fleming from Killarney. We have Damien Creevy, who is the Leinster manager. We have Susan Ritchie, who's the Leinster under 16s manager, and we have Vice President Anthony Malone from the union to go through the draw of the inter-provincial charity challenge. Just one or two things. It's a charity event. It's on Sunday in Royston, in just outside Newbridge. We'd invite everybody to come. We hope to have it live streamed as well for some part of the day too. But the thing is, this is for the support of fighting blindness. This is a charitable event where the best players in ladies, juveniles, and adults join us for the individual areas. We're going to have um, Anthony do the ladies event and preview that. We're going to have Susan preview the juvenile event, the under 16s event, and then we're going to have Damien and James giving a balancing opposing position on the overall event, and Skinner might come in with some words of wisdom towards the end there. So that's the function. I hope you can all see my screens. The other thing too is that at the end of the event too, at the end of at the end of the weekend, the also on at the weekend on Saturday, we have the National Inter and Junior Challenge, the Shield event, which this year has Tipperary Intermediate versus Kilkenny Intermediates, and Cork versus Down in the junior event, and that is on in MacDonagh. That's sponsored by Douglas Jewelers in Carlow, and that's on Saturday. So try get to that if you can. A festival of pitch and putt to end the season we have, and then we have the charitable event here. So Anthony, I hope you can see my screen, and we're going to start with the live draw here where the managers have put in their teams, and the first match out of the hat is Margaret Hennessy and Mary Murray representing Munster will play Glenda Hoey and Amy Galvin. That should be a fantastic event. Glenda obviously part of the Dublin set up. Amy, one of the up and coming young player. Mary Murray, hugely experienced, and Margaret Hennessy from Tipperary.
Yeah, this is a top class match. Can you hear me there? You can?
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, top class match here. Very little between them. I just think home advantage will probably sway Leinster's way.
And it should be very exciting as well. The top players that are coming in our second match. Oh, this is an absolute cracker of a match. We have Eleanor Walsh and Breda White from Tipperary and Fermoy playing Chrissy Byrne and Ger Ward. Suzanne Jordan has to take huge credit for putting that pairing together. So what call that one, Skinner? That's going to be a great match.
Yeah, well, this is what you dream of, these matches, and it's great that this event is bringing these people together. They don't get that often to play each other. Chrissy and Ger Ward, you just don't. You just they're household names. Two of the greatest players. Ger's probably the greatest player to ever play the game, and Chrissy is slowly closing in on her record. Maybe she mightn't achieve it, but she's definitely on the way to it. Breda and Eleanor, I know they won't go down without a fight. But again, with Chrissy home advantage and Ger Ward with the experience she has, I'd have to say I think this has to be a Leinster victory.
Excellent. Very good. And then the third match, we have Ailish Sexton and Sarah O'Neill, both from Cork, versus Tara Dillon, obviously her home course in Royston, and the hugely experienced Margaret Hogan as well. Some like I say, for an event that is so late in the year, to have such players, to have the creme the creme of our players playing for their provinces in support of a charity. Great match again, this one.
Yeah, again, the experience that Tara gained winning loads of intercounties, and She's won a national title as well. Margaret was a household name, and actually Margaret's game has improved immensely this year. I couldn't believe the turnaround in form that Margaret has. Sarah and Ailey's a top class player. Again, it's going to be a very tough match. I think Tara's home experience might sway it that way, and Margaret's a top class player. So it's going to be a surprise. This could be the match that's a surprise in, but again, I think I'll have to go with Leinster.
Excellent, very good. And like I say, this event is for a charitable site. It's for fighting blindness to cure, support, and empower people with sight loss. A hugely beneficial charity that we have available, and the links to it are on Facebook and on the PPY website. And I'm sure there'll be buckets on the day as well there too. Thank you, Anthony. We'll come back to you in a few moments. Susan,
Yeah,
how
no
are you?
problem.
I'm good, thank you.
Must be very proud to be managing the juvenile team.
Yes, I am. I was delighted to be asked. We have some really good juveniles, and it's a great experience for them to play for their county and now to play for their province.
Excellent. The first match it'll be on screen in 2 seconds. It is going to be Sarah Ryan and Charlie Taylor from Munster are going to play Pippa Cuff and Harry Kilcannon in their first match. It's great to see the girls, Sarah and Pippa, get to fight it out on the big stage as well. And this should be a great match.
Yeah. It's great to see a girl getting the opportunity to play in the championships, because there's so little of them out there to encourage them, and the two girls now going head to head are the top of their class, both top of their class, so it should be a good match.
Excellent, very good. You don't want to call who's going to win that one. Who do you fancy as favourites?
We'll have to have Pippa.
Pippa and Harry as favourites. Yeah, excellent, very good. Yeah. And our second match then is Fionn McGonigal and Aidan O'Halloran from Deer Park, and they play Jason Kelly and Max Goyot. Can I just say it is fantastic. I was actually in Royston on Tuesday, I think. I'm not too sure what day it was. And I saw the two Deer Park lads up, and they were playing with Jason Cregan and Damien Fleming in Royston. It's fantastic that
I saw them there.
Yeah, it's fantastic that the young players get to play with potentially their heroes and play with the best players in the game, and it's great that an event like this is here. So who's going to win? Who you're going to call this one?
Oh, we'll have to say Leinster. I don't know. I follow the Leinster girls and boys, but I don't know much about the Munster ones. So maybe you could give a hand out there and see.
Yeah, they're both from there. Skinner, you know them well, don't you?
Yeah, they're decent. They're very good players. Might lack a little bit of experience that Jason has. Jason's turned 16 now. Yeah. Max is on the same level as them. So I just think the fact that Jason's experience and class might just sway that match Leinster's way.
Excellent. Very good.
But the two lads have certainly put in the work, and
they have.
They've been well coached by Damien and Jason. So they won't go down without a fight. It should be a top class game.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. The last juvenile under 16 game, we have Conor Ronan and Killian Corcoran, the two lads from Fermoy, excellent young players, and they will play Jack McShane and Enda Hayden in the final match.
Well, as far as I know, Jack McShane won the All-Ireland match play there a couple of weeks ago, so and Enda was only lost out in the stroke play by a shot in the All-Ireland stroke play, so I'm going to say Leinster again, but I don't know the other lads. So
yeah, Skinner, they're good players, aren't they? They're good from well coached.
Conor and Killian are top class, and I'm sure they've been well coached in Fermoy by the man himself, John Cattle, and Mary Ann, who looks after the other team. Forgot to mention her earlier on.
Yeah.
And they're doing a great job for Cork down there, Mary Ann and John, and they've got plenty of juveniles. As a matter of fact, I was talking to John earlier on today. He 37 juveniles playing in the Halloween competition today in Fermoy. So that's looking good for the Fermoy club for the future. And these two lads are top class players. Again, Jack McShane and Ender are top class. Whether I think that match could end up at a half match.
Excellent, very good. And like I say, Marianne Cahill is the manager of the under 16 Munster team. Frances Ryan is the manager of the Munster ladies team, and Suzanne Jordan is the manager of the Leinster ladies team. Huge honours for all of those people involved. And I know we're going to have a bit of fun here as well, but there's a serious side to this too, in that it's a real pinnacle of the year. And now, before we go on to the Leinster versus Munster Gents event, we have James Fleming on the line, and we also have Damien Creevy on the line as well. James, I'm going to start with you first. Are you hopeful for the weekend?
Yeah, very hopeful, Frank. I suppose. Look, we're obviously the underdogs after what happened 2 years ago in McDonough. Conditions this time of year, sometimes doesn't favour the best players. It's a lottery, really. But on form, I would be confident. I think that we have a lot of the top players in the game, a lot of multinational winners, and I think that they'll be hoping for a bit of revenge from 2 years ago.
Excellent, very good. And Damien, looking forward to this challenge
I
and
can't,
to
yeah, absolutely can't wait for it. They're two cracking teams, top 24, 25 players in the country. Like, you, you can't write that. That's superb to have that standard of play. Yeah, and the women and the juveniles, like they're all top players. You wouldn't get this field during the course of a year. I don't buy into James' bit of politics there with being underdogs. He's crafty, as we say, but
well, you are the holders now, in fairness, so and
Asher
you're at
wouldn't have been hard.
and you're at
We'll be the
home.
holders after this.
Yeah, but the team is vastly different. The Munster team is vastly different to what it was last year, and vastly improved. But anyway, we'll come to that in a second.
We'll see in a minute.
Okay, so the first match that's going to be played on the after the juvenile match is the number one team, and that is Munster, Frank Dineen and Stephen O'Reilly versus Leinster, Ian Dillon and Eamon Gibney. Oh, I'll have to say this. This is the top match. Both teams sending out their best players out first. James?
Yeah, I think, Frank, look, the reasoning behind sending you out first was to try and upscuttle the whole place, the crowd and everyone, and maybe create a bit of banter early in the competition. No, on a serious note, look, yourself and Stephen are two national champions. Stephen is in the form of his life over the last 2 years. A great pitcher. Was on the Irish team there, played really, really well, won a match play 2 years ago. And I suppose, look, you've been ultra consistent, a great man around the greens. And I'm happy enough with that pairing.
Very good. Damien, do you fear the chipping boys,
Not
as I'm going to
not
call them?
announced. No, not announced. I've two top lads there, Ian Dillon and Eamon Gibney. They're household names, serious players.
Yes.
In fairness, Stephen O'Reilly puts it in. No matter what tournament he enters, he puts in the practice. He is practice. He really puts the effort in. His playing partner, I hope Stephen has big shoulders. But anyway, I suppose you want to give us a handy point. At least we banked something.
Yeah. One down already, is it? One down already. Next match is going to be the Kerry duo, Damien Fleming and Jason Cregan versus Stephen Murray and Sean Goggin. I think this is going to be a fantastic game. Absolutely superb. James, you're calling this one.
I suppose I'm a bit biased here, Frank. Look, I think that I'm very happy with the two boys. Look, Damien has had probably a very good year this year by his standards compared to last year. Won the national stroke play. Very consistent player all year round. And Jason Cregan is a super putter. I think that Damien is a super pitcher and Jason is a super putter. They know each other really, really well. You could have put them out number one, or you could have put them out to number 6. They're just so comfortable. Jason was also third in the national stroke play, and he won the Munster match play last year. So look, very happy with that. They're just all around a very good combination.
Excellent, very good. Damien?
Yep. Yeah, but go along. Look, Damien Fleming is top drawer, and Jason Cregan is there's only a hair's breadth between him and Damien Fleming. Stephen Murray and Goggs, delighted these pair are together. Stephen Murray with that putter in his hand is like a magic wand. Goggins, when he's pitching out of his skin, they balance each other. It'll be a cracking game. As I said, it's 18 holes. It's Royston. Damien loved Royston. But our lads have put it in. I wouldn't be surprised with a bit of a shock on that one.
Excellent. Very good. Great stuff. We'll be looking forward to shocks. I think it's very good of you, James, now to put your pairings out in order. You know, your first pairing first, your second pairing second. It gives Leinster some chance.
I think Frank, we all knew that Ian Dillon and Gibney were going to be first, so I was kind of getting you to take one for the team.
Right. You have John Walsh and Stephen Shore versus Chris Gallagher and Anthony Galvin. John Walsh, one of the top players ever to play the game. Stephen Shore, national champion and a great competitor. Chris Gallagher, Dublin Intercounty player, superb player. And Anthony Galvin, who had a fantastic year, got to the semi-final of the national match play this year. You know, superb teams all around. Right, James. And I suppose you tell me this should be number one now as well, is it?
Well, look, in my eyes, that this year, 2025, John has been the best player in the game. And like, I know Kieran Ayres and Damien have both won nationals, but I think consistently John has been number one. Stephen Shore is a serious player, was on the Irish team with John. They blew everyone apart above and Lucan. Won the national stroke play 2 years ago. What a combination. Like the two Leinster boys are really, really good as well, but I would be confident that these two boys will get over the line.
Excellent. Damien?
Yes, as you were saying, John Walsh has certainly been the most consistent over the year. He's just unbelievable with the pitching, and Stephen Shore is Stephen Shore. He's a class player. Chris Gallagher, when he's on form, he's on form. And Anthony Galvin he's been terrific this year. Even up to last weekend there in Collinstown with young Amy to pull a prize out of that. Look, I'm happy enough with that pairing. I think they complement each other. I think Chris Gallagher, with his experience at inter-county level, along with Anthony, they'll give them a game. It certainly won't be any sort of walkover. You might be edging it a bit on paper, but it'll be on the day.
Edging it on paper, right? I'll quote you on that. Right, next. We have John Cahill and Dahi Sexton against George McGreal and Eddie Hennessy. Absolute fantastic pairing from Fermoy, top range, well know each other, have played together for years. And George McGreal and Eddie Hennessy. Eddie, obviously, playing now out of Leinster, a superb player, very underrated. This should be a very good match now. James.
Yeah, look, John Cahill and Dahi have been playing together, I suppose, for the last couple of years with Fermoy and with Cork. John Cahill is a serious pitch and putt player, but I think Dahi is probably one of the most underrated players in the game. I think he'll win a national in the next couple of years. But I also think that George McGreal will win a national in the next couple of years. But they're not easily won, and Eddie Hennessy is a great player. I think this will be a really, really close game. Obviously, I hope that the two boys from Cork will get a point. I expect they will, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way either.
Very good, Damien. George McGreal had a great showing down in St. Anne's as well. Could have been very much in the shake-up. Very much in the shake-up.
George definitely has a national in his sights. He's one absolute superb player. He's calm, collect. He doesn't panic. And Eddie Hennessy he's Mr. Consistent. He's proved that with a number of scratch cups and wins he's had down in Waterford. Look, John Cahill and Dahi Sexton, what can I say? They're known for playing with each other. Dahi is, as James says, he's only a hair's breadth from a national. He's superb. If you can we'll see on the day. Look, they are a superb pairing, as the rest of them are, except for your first matchup. But look, someone had to take the bullet. But no, look, it's going to be a close one. It is.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. We'll keep listening. Right. Next match, you have Kieran Earls and Tommy Hanley versus Keith Redmond and Darren Fagan. Kieran, obviously number one player in the country. Tommy, his long-term partner. And Tommy has just recently won the international pairs out in Calella in Spain with a great performance with Liam Donovan. Keith Redmond, a superb player as well, also won the a pairs tournament with what should have been his partner, which was J.R. Krangle. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, J.R. has had to withdraw and has been replaced by Darren Fagan, who's an intercounty player from Louth and a superb player in his own right. James, you fancy this one as well?
Oh yeah, well, look, I suppose Frank, I'm a Kerry man, so I fancy us in all the games, but you have to be realistic too. But look, Kieran Earls is a phenomenal player. Mr. Consistent over the last couple of years. One of the best pitchers in the game. When he's on song, uh, probably no better. Of course, bar Damien, of course, I have to say that. But Tommy Hanley is a serious player as well. Do you know, the two of them know each other so well. They've played together for Bruff. They've won, I don't know how many competitions over in Spain in pairs together. Yeah, look, you could have played them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they're, yeah, serious.
Damien, you're under
Yeah.
pressure here, man. You know
I
all
am,
these.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I am, but I also know the strength and depth of that Leinster squad, and they'll throw you surprises. Look, Kieran Ayres, Tommy Handy, you can't say if there's nothing you can say about them. Tommy Handy was phenomenal in that last 9 holes in Spain, and Liam played well, but Tommy won the last 9 holes. Darren Fagan, absolutely delighted when he got the call, and he's delighted to be in, and he won't come in just thinking he's making up numbers. Darren Fagan's a serious player. And Keith Redmond, he had 1 poor month. That's all I've done him this year. He's coming off the back of a win in France alongside JR. So bits between the teeth. The Leinster lads don't fear any of these Munster boys. And I said there will be shocks along the way, both ways. But look, on paper again, it's Earls and Hanley, but never underestimate the underdog.
underdog, right? As champions and holders and host venue, right? Last match, another cracker. Ray Murphy, greatest player ever to pick up a Pigeon Book Club, and Owen Walsh, his partner with Cork for the last couple of years, and they play Porrick Sarsfield, World Cup winner with Ireland, and Dean Granell, seriously underrated player, exceptional player. Um, James, your call again.
Yeah, look, Ray Murphy goes without saying is the greatest of all times. Still doing it, still consistent. But Owen Walsh is what a talent, you know, serious pitcher the ball, great putter. The two boys would like play McCork all along, doing 11, 12, 13 under and four in Scotch foursomes. But you've Dean Granell, is playing very, very well. You know, he's always in quarterfinals, semi-finals, and Patrick Sarsfield has got at least a conference over the last 18 months. Was on the Irish team last year. A really good player. Has won a couple of scratch cups. Like on paper, many people would be expecting Munster to win this, but I think this game will be closer to than most expect. Obviously, I'd still be hopeful and expect us to get a point, but I think this one would be very close.
Yeah, looking at it there, Porrick Sarsfield and Dean Granell, the match was very easy to make. The strength across all 6 of those Leinster combinations. But Dean Granell has been absolutely superb the last couple of seasons. They said he was unlucky playing Ray Murphy in Larkspur in the match play semi-finals there a couple of years ago. But he is very steady, very solid. Porrick, he's come on leaps and bounds. That World Cup with Kieran Earls and Damien Fleming and Ian Dillon, it pushed them on. I think they're a cracking combination. It's too hard to call. That match of all matches, probably, even though Ray is Ray, and there's only one Ray, it's still going to be a tight game. Hard one to call. It'll probably be a draw. It's a tight one.
Yeah, you should hope. Right. Gents, you do realize that after the foursomes, then they go out for singles. That means there's 18 points up for grabs. There's 9 points up for the ladies and the juveniles events. It should be a fantastic weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. I think everybody should try to get down there, and if you can't, follow it on YouTube and things, and please support the charity whenever it can be. Um, Final words. I'm going to ask Susan. Do you want to have your final word first, and then we'll move on to the boys?
Just the best of luck to everybody playing, and may the best teams win.
Excellent.
We will.
Skinner.
Yeah, look at it. It should be a master class of stuff down there. Hopefully, the weather conditions hold up for us, which I'm sure they will. And it's an absolutely fantastic event. It brings the cream de la cream to the table. As you said, Frank, we've the top 12 juveniles, or sorry, the top 6 juveniles, the top 6 ladies in both provinces, and the top 12 in Gents. We've 48 players competing over the weekend. It doesn't get any better than this. I wish it happened a bit more often, but it doesn't. As James said, like the weather conditions are going to be the balance on the Munster team is much stronger than the Leinster team, but I think the course will be a great leveler on the day, and I think Leinster have a chance of retaining it. It's going to be a hard task with the quality that they're up against, but I'd be very hopeful that Leinster could retain the title. But above all, I hope everyone enjoys themselves. I hope to hope to embrace the occasion, and I hope everybody supports the charity, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Very good. James?
Yeah, I suppose the same, Frank. I just think that, look, it's a great occasion. It's all about the charity. You've the best players in the country coming up against each other. But I think the most important thing is that I don't think our game gives enough recognition to the ladies and juveniles as well. And as you said earlier, it's great to see like Damien and Kieran Earls and Eamon Gibney, even going around with the Munster young lads. I know the 2 guys from Killarney there. To see them play with the cream of the crop, I think that's what it's all about. And then you look at the ladies, like I suppose when I started, I was looking at Eleanor Walsh and Breda down in when I started following the game first, and I just think it's great to see the young girls coming through, aspiring to be to play like those players, and Chrissy and Geraldine and all those people.
Very good. Damien?
Look, Frank, I think it's absolutely amazing for a charity weekend to get all the top ladies, all the top juveniles, and all the top gents in the rankings turning up for a one-day event for a charity. That's unreal. It's immense. Top 48 players across all grades. Unbelievable. It'll be a fantastic day, regardless of the result. All the players know each other. There's great banter. There's a serious side to it, absolutely. Look, so long as we get that 1 point in the first doubles, my day is made.
Well, I'm going to finish this by reading a text live on air. This has just literally come in the last 5 seconds by a player who's watching this live. It's from, I'll let you guess who it's from. No, I'll tell you it's from. It's from Eamon Gibney. He says, Ian Diller better be playing really, really well to give you a game. I can't hit it out of my way. Hopefully a miracle incoming. And I think that sums up the Leinster chances. Right?
Well, you know Eamon Gibney. You know Eamon Gibney like we know Eamon Gibney. Eamon Gibney will shoot a 39 and go, my God.
I hope there's a lot of toilet paper in Royston when Gibney gets on the first tee box.
We had the miracle in Medina. We might have the miracle in Royston.
We take more than a miracle. Thanks, guys. An absolute pleasure. Please, to everybody, support the charity if you can, and it all helps. And lovely to meet you all. Good luck.
Yeah.
Bye.
Top
you.
Sunday.
Bye.
See you.
All the best.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.